Good day and welcome to the TVS Motors Limited Q4FY20 earnings conference call hosted by Batlivala and Karani Securities India Private Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Annamalai Jayaraj from Batlivala and Karani Securities. Thank you and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Stephen. We welcome all participants to Q4FY20 and FY20 post-result conference call of TVS Motors Limited. We have with us today Mr. K.N. Radhakrishnan, Director and Chief Executive Officer, and Mr. K. Gopal Desikan, Chief Financial Officer. I would now hand over the call to Mr. K.N. Radhakrishnan for the opening remarks to be followed by question and answer session. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for this call. I will very quickly give you an update of COVID-19. As a responsible corporate, TVS Motor Company is committed to stand united with the government in their sustained efforts to overcome the COVID-19 pandemic. Company took many proactive steps even during the first fortnight of March towards the safety of all employees, and very systematic process was laid out. Subsequently, on 22nd March, based on the lockdown announcement, company stopped its production. On 5th May, company recommenced its operation in a phased manner. The safety of employees and community is of paramount importance to TVS Motor Company. A comprehensive preparedness manual has been designed for employees to ensure complete adherence to the necessary safety guidelines to avoid the spread of the virus. At all its manufacturing facilities, the company has undertaken exhaustive measures to ensure safe working place for employees with appropriate social distancing and higher standards for hygiene. Work from home option also continues for certain category of people in adherence to respective state government guidelines. TVS Group, in association with Srinivasan Services Trust, has been working to support the community in and around the manufacturing location, and in 4,000 villages in 5 states of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Andhra and Himachal Pradesh. We primarily supported in 3 major areas: disinfecting the residential localities and villages, 4,200 villages disinfected, 1,200 disinfectant spray machines distributed, cannon mist spray unit with truck procured and handed over to Chennai Municipal Corporation for disinfecting Chennai and suburbs. Manufacturing and providing masks, face shields, gloves and PPEs to police officers, municipal corporation and town panchayat officials who are on COVID duty. 1.03 million face masks manufactured and distributed so far. In addition, 10,000 N95 masks and also 3,000 PPI kits and 1.5 lakh gloves. Food delivery and providing dry ration for migrant workers, daily wage earners, police and health workers, 1.35 million food packets from our canteens in Hosur, Mysore, HP and Chennai. This is distributed, and also Chennai, Mysore and Bangalore in major villages of Tamil Nadu also. Support to customers. Our service team has been the forefront supporting through the roadside assistance program, through the toll-free number, supporting all the customers who have been wanting for any service. They have also extended support to essential workers, especially to police personnel. 84 dealers participated in close to 100 service camps that ensured service to over 2,000 two-wheelers of police. Large-scale social media campaigns were run to reach out to national and international customers on the tips to maintain their two-wheelers during the lockdown time. In addition to this, and special support has been given to the dealers, both the training on the Indian and international dealers, their staff on best practices, SOPs to prepare for the opening of the dealerships post-lockdown. We ensured the dealer claims were settled quickly and also introduced interest waiver schemes. The lockdown period was converted as an opportunity to train all our dealer owners, staff on sales excellence and service excellence. Now coming to the performance of the company, we proactively planned and changed over the BS6 from December 19. During Q4, the BS6 stocks were brought down, BS4 was brought down and BS6 production ramping up was done. BS6 vehicles of TVS Motors comes with customer delighting features, very attractive features. We have developed two versions of BS6 FI platforms, EcoThrust fuel injection and re-tuned fuel injection. EcoThrust fuel injection technology provides enhanced overall performance across drivability, smoothness, and 15% improvement in fuel efficiency. The RTFI technology, on the other hand, is specially designed to ensure enjoyable racing experience in all driving conditions. 85% of the domestic sales in Q4 is from BS6 vehicles. January, February, March, our total billing 84% is BS6. Dealers also retail so far in January, February, March more than 1 lakh BS6 vehicles to the customers, and the response from the customers are extremely encouraging. We have consistently maintained lead stock in the trade, and this has helped us to retail the BS6 stocks going forward. It will definitely help us going forward. In the international market, we have grown ahead of the industry both in two-wheelers and three-wheelers. Our products are rated number 1, as all of you know, Jerry Power Customer Satisfaction Survey in the last 5 years. In service, we are rated number 1 consecutively for the last 4 years. Company has been continuously and consistently improving EBITDA margins over the last 2 years with sustainable cost reduction initiatives, which will continue. Company generated free cash flow of 552 crores during FY 2019-20. Cost reduction initiatives will be further strengthened going forward to sustainably grow our EBITDA. We have the revenue for the year is 16,455 crores as against 18,217 crores reported last year, March 2019. The company has successfully transitioned into BS6 through sustainable cost reduction and improved operating margin, improved operating EBITDA margins improved from 7.9 to 8.3 before accounting for one-time cost. The one-time cost includes 22 crores for dealer discounts to transition to BS6. Okay, this happened because of the lockdown from March 22nd. We had a very, very limited stock that we have to support during the last 10 days to liquidate that. That is 22 crores. 32 crores is also provided for COVID-19 relief work. With this, operating margin, EBITDA margin has moved for the year from 7.9 to 8.3. Now, for Q4, we have seen two-wheeler industry continues to decline due to lower economic growth and lack of liquidity and pandemic created by the COVID-19. The sales of two-wheelers during this quarter for the industry also declined. Our two-wheelers declined by 13.8%. This is due to consequent planned rationalization of BS4 stocks. Initial BS6 ramp up, we had some challenges because of COVID in the January and February. During the quarter, company completely stopped BS4 production from in the domestic market. Export two-wheeler during the quarter grew by 3.6%. Three-wheeler in the international market grew by 2.6%. In Q4, total revenue for the quarter is 3,507 crores compared to 4,388 crores. Company incurred, as I said, 32 crores towards COVID-19. This is for donation to PM Care Fund, and this is shown as an exceptional item. During the last 10 days of March, the retail sales suffered due to COVID shutdown. Though the company took proactive steps in changing over to BS6, there was a small volume of BS4 stock which needed some special support to retail out. An amount of 22 crores was given as an additional incentive, and this has been reduced from the revenue. Strong focus on profit improvement initiative helped the company to improve EBITDA before the exceptional item for the quarter improved from 7 to 7.6 despite a reduction in the revenue over 20%. PBT before the exceptional item, the additional one-off dealer discount mentioned above for the current quarter is 144 crores compared to 184 crores last year. Profit after tax is 73.9 crores compared to 133.8 crores of last year. For the year, Total revenue declined by 9.7%, 18,217 crores last year to this year 16,455 crores. Export sales in two-wheeler grew by 9.1%, three-wheeler grew by 11.2%, domestic two-wheeler sales numbers declined by 23.1%. Apart from launching BS6 vehicles, we also launched the TVS iQube electric scooter with several attractive features. TVS sold 53,641 two-wheelers compared to 40,759 two-wheelers last year. Three-wheelers, the sales was 8,132 this year compared to 2,699. During the last 2 quarters, TVS achieved positive operating PBT. Year as a whole, positive 0.5 million EBITDA US dollars compared to last year EBITDA loss of 3 million. For Q4, company had to support the dealers, which I highlighted, 22 crores and spent 32 crores towards COVID. The operating EBITDA for the year before the above one-off items is 8.3 compared to 7.9 last year, despite reduction of the revenue by 10%. PBT for the year after the above one-off items is 754 crores and PAT for the year is 592 crores. The board at its meeting held in October 2019 declared the first interim dividend of 2.1 per share. The board during the March 2020 declared the second interim dividend of 1.4 per share. Total 350%. The dividend payout ratio increased from 29.8 to 33.9. Company also acquired Norton Motors. Norton is a great brand and it is definitely going to help the company to improve its global portfolio. When we look at 2021 outlook, due to lockdown, sharp decline in the first quarter is seen. It is expected, and also we feel that it will partially alleviate in Q2 with the normal monsoon, and we are seeing some improvement in the rural economy. International market, COVID is affected. However, many markets are slowly opening up. Currently, the oil prices are around $32, which is slowly going up. Once it comes around $40, Nigeria kind of market, we don't see any adverse impact. Market in domestic is opening up. We expect self-ownership to gain momentum given the social distancing norms. Two-wheelers and three-wheelers are likely to witness growth. Higher penetration of retail financing is likely to help. The series of relief measures taken by Union government will also help the liquidity, and it will have definitely an effect in the medium and long term. We are hoping that the government will also consider GST reduction. BS6 products of TVS Motor will deliver definitely superior fuel efficiency and better ride comfort. The initial feedback has been very, very positive. We have a very strong portfolio with mega brands like Apache, Jupiter, Ntorq, Star Range, HLX, Radeon, TVS King, and we expect to grow ahead of the industry, both in domestic and international markets. Premium products like Apache and Ntorq will definitely do well. Rural, we are hoping that it will do well with the normal monsoon. High penetration of retail financing will be a key factor. Overall, we feel September quarter will see consolidation, and we are cautiously optimistic about the second half. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Ranjit Jaiswal from Sanford Bernstein. Please go ahead.
Hi. Thank you for the opportunity. My first question is on the plans for Norton, which we have acquired recently. Are we planning to launch a product in the Indian market? And the second question is related to finance availability. Has there been any change in the mix in terms of how much people are opting for finance post lockdown has been opened up in few regions?
Norton is a great acquisition and is a great brand. I think it is definitely going to strengthen the portfolio of the company. I think we are working out the strategy. We will come back. Okay, how we are going to pan out with the strategy, but it is a great acquisition and it is going to strengthen the overall portfolio. I think the second question, I think you were talking about financing, right? Retail financing.
Yes.
I think retail financing definitely is the strength of our company. Now, with BS6, definitely we will see the share going up. Overall industry as a whole also, we have seen the share coming to almost 56%, the retail finance penetration, and we are very confident that this is going to definitely help in the future. The share will go up, and TVS also is a strong player, so we are pretty confident that this is going to be a key enabler for significant growth for TVS Motor.
Okay. Just to clarify, TVS credit was 45% last quarter. So has that changed or are we around the same number?
Around the same number.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Pramod Kumar from Goldman Sachs. Please go ahead.
Thanks a lot for the opportunity, sir, and hope all your employees are keeping safe in this environment. And also congratulations on a decent set of number. My first question is pertaining to the financial performance of the TVS credit business. So if you can just broadly share how the business fared during this quarter, and given the focus around NBFCs and the extension of moratorium, if you can just throw some more color on the how's the number looking in April and May in terms of either bounce rates or GNPAs or provisioning. How's the business shaping up, sir? And whether related to that, whether do you see any requirement of a meaningful capital infusion with the TVS credit business would lead in FY21?
Okay. The TVS credit services, where TVS Motor holds around 84%. Last year, the book size was 9,215 crores. We ended at 31st March 2020. The COVID has definitely impacted the growth last year, otherwise we would have crossed 10,000 crores. The net worth as of 31st March 2020 was 1,380 crores. The PBT before exceptional item, even we had an exceptional expenses in TVS credit services towards COVID-related expenses. Before that was 219 crores against last year's 210 crores. And the PAT was at 151 crores for last year. Coming back to the other parameters with regard to the capital adequacy, we are higher than the RBI requirement, and absolutely there is no mismatch with regard to the asset liability. Liquidity is not an issue. Funds are tied up for meeting the obligations as well as for the business growth. The focus is now on collections, and the collections for April and May is very encouraging. And more than that, the rural, we feel that it is coming back. Rural-related inquiries and conversions are very good. The focus is also on the cost reduction, fixed cost reduction initiatives. The moratorium, there are two moratoriums now. The first set of moratorium and the second one is going to come from June onwards. The second one announced by the RBI. 27% of our customers have opted for moratorium. And the coming back on the question on NPA, the NPA is in line with last year's at around 2.4%. There are no serious bounces or something like that witnessed. We are cautiously optimistic, and one encouraging factor is despite the lockdown not fully lifted, still we have red zones. Despite all that, the rural is very, very encouraging and promising. Inquiries are going up. the collections are very good in rural areas, and therefore we feel that normalcy will return, and we are cautiously optimistic on that. The retail finance penetration is what is explained by KNR. TVS share is around 46%. The other major players are Shriram Finance, L&T Finance, HDFC. What else? I mean, that's all as far as TVS Credit Services is concerned.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
Yeah. Very strong.
Yeah. Thanks for that, sir. Second question is to KNR, sir, on the business performance. If you can just broadly help us understand that what is your read of the market, sir? Because there has been a strong expectation of a down trading by the consumers from premium motorcycles to mid-commuter and mid-commuter to lower-end commuter. So given your experience and given your read of the market, do you actually see that kind of down trading as a big factor within two-wheelers from higher price categories to cheaper categories? Do you see that playing out?
I think three-wheelers will continue to do well. My personal feel is both Apache and Cross kind of brands will do extremely well with the retail finance penetration and steady opening up. Currently, we are seeing about 70% of the dealers and some dealers are opened up. While they are not fully operational, definitely you will see going forward in June. And I think slowly and steadily with very care and with social distancing, I think two-wheelers are definitely going to get benefited. We may not be able to quantify it a little early at this point of time. Second, if you look at it, definitely rural, the growth is slowly seen. Normal monsoon is predicted. So I think second half of this year will be that's why I use the word cautiously optimistic. I think slowly and steadily, I think government is putting a lot of initiatives on control of the pandemic. I think if all of us adhere to the guidelines of social distancing and wearing mask and hygiene, I think this will help us to definitely come back in the second. So premium will definitely do well. Rural is an encouraging feedback. Retail finance definitely going to help, and more than anything else, I'm pretty confident about TVS because our BS6 platform is excellent. We have sold more than, like I said, Jan said March, 85% of the company's volume, whatever we have dispatched to the dealership is the BS6. And of that, we were able to almost retail more than 120,000. And the initial feedbacks are very positive, both on drivability, smoothness, and fuel efficiency more than 15%. So I think overall, I feel very confident that while there are one-side challenges are there, economic challenges are there, I think things should slowly and steadily pick up. Same way international market, maybe you will see some challenges now, but it will open up.
Thanks a lot, sir. I'll come back in the queue. Best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Aman Rathi from Morgan Stanley. Go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. So you briefly answered my question. I was actually looking for the outlook for FY21. But given the performance of this year, what is your take whether when you say you are going to perform better than the industry, will it be a growth as compared to FY21 or there will be a degrowth but we will perform better with respect to the industry?
Absolutely, absolutely. What I can say is, industry today, I don't think anybody can put a number. Because actually Q1, all of us know because of the lockdown, it is going to be very negative. But Q2, as we start seeing opening up, we will start in industry. The most important thing, if you look at it, we proactively changed it to BS6. We also kept all our dealerships very lean on the stocks. That is going to definitely help us with our superior products in BS6 with features. You know, that is the reason, and the previous year's credit, our retail finance capability, that is giving us confidence. Because this is the time we need to have complete focus on the cash, help everyone, whether it is a supplier, dealer, company. We have to focus completely in inventory, that will help everyone.
But sir, just to put it in crude numbers, if you say with respect to the volume sales in FY20, do you see an increase or a decrease in FY21? Because 2 months are already lost in this financial year.
That is relative. Okay, with the kind of the product and the range what we have, we will do better than this.
Okay, better than this year.
Better than the industry for 2021.
Okay. And with my second question is with respect to this logistics front, are you facing any issues with respect to, let's say, getting products from the suppliers or supplying your products to the dealers as well because of this lockdown?
We are not seeing any difficulty. I think we have to give time for everyone because the lockdowns were released from May 6th, and there also there are red zones, orange zones, green zones. So each company, tier 1, tier 2, they require certain minimum time to train their people, take case. So far we have not seen any difficulty. I think slowly and steadily it is happening. And we don't want to add to stock. We want to only retail and fill to retail. You know, this is the time. That's why I said lean inventory will only help. This is the time where we have to focus on.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, the line for the management is disconnecting. Requesting all the participants to please stay connected. Ladies and gentlemen, the line for the management is reconnected. Thank you, and over to you.
So I think I was answering the lean inventory. That is what will help. We have been practicing it for a long time. That is definitely helping.
Okay, got it, sir.
And we don't see any challenges in supply chain because we have to produce to sell to the customer, not produce to stock. And as the opening up happens slowly and steadily, it moves.
Okay, sir. Just one last thing. What is the current capacity utilization? If you could give me some details about that.
I think capacity utilization as of now is low, but last year if you look at it, we were around 60-62%, and this is in two-wheeler, and three-wheeler more than 90%.
For the two-wheelers you mentioned 60-62.
Last year.
Okay.
Because of the lockdown, especially last 3 months, we had January, February, we had some challenges in ramping up of BS6, primarily because of COVID, March 22nd onwards, we had a lockdown. So both affected the capacity utilization last time, but three-wheeler was more than 90%.
Okay. Got it. I'll come back to the queue if I have any more questions.
Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Kapil Singh from Nomura Securities. Also requesting all the participants to please limit your questions to two per participant. Should you have any follow-up, request you to rejoin the queue, please. Mr. Singh, you may go ahead with the question.
Yeah. Sir, could you talk about the export outlook? What are you expecting and what are you seeing currently?
Export markets are slowly opening up. I think exports also we find that the COVID has affected. Slowly and steadily we are able to see the export markets are opening up. Every day practically we are reviewing, and I'm confident that maybe 1 or 2 months you will see slow and steady increase in the export. Here also the point what I wanted to say is we have an excellent portfolio, and many of our distributors have very good networks in the market. With our excellent portfolio and the network, we are very confident, like last 3-4 years, we will continue to grow ahead of the industry.
Currently, where are we in terms of volumes? Like currently, at what percentage of normal rate are we operating in export?
Currently it is low. Currently, maybe we are around, now only the things are opening up. So current comparisons, according to me, are not okay. I think April, definitely it was practically closed. I think we did about 8,000 or 9,000. Okay, but retails are happening in many countries. Okay, at a much reduced level. May is little better, most of the countries. Okay, and many countries are opening up. We expect June many countries to slowly and steadily open up. So you will say the way we are seeing in the domestic market, exports also to slowly and steadily improve. Okay, and here also second half we are cautiously optimistic even in the national.
Okay. And the second question was related to our margins, especially the gross margins. We have seen a bit of a dip this quarter, I guess partly linked to BS6 as well. How much of this have we been able to pass on in 1Q, and have we passed? Can you just quantify what was the price increase we took recently, and whether there is any change in dealer margins?
No change in the dealer margins. I think the cost reduction, whatever we have done last year, all the initiatives have definitely helped. And BS6 price increase has been between in the range of about just give me a minute, I'll tell you this. I think it was around 10 to 11%, if my memory is right. About 10% to about 12%.
Okay. And in April also, I guess we have done some price increase, right? April or May?
We have done a small price increase in the month of once we have done 1%, about 1% price increase this year.
Okay. Right, sir. Thanks. I'll come back in the queue.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, please limit your questions to two per participant. The next question is from the line of Rajat Chandak from ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir, and thanks for the opportunity. Sir, can you outline what kind of capex we are looking at this year, fiscal 21?
Could you repeat your question, please?
What kind of capex we are looking at in this year, fiscal year 21?
We will continue to focus on cash. Last year we looked at operating cash. This year also we will continue to focus on cash. Our CapEx, including all new product development, everything, as of now will be around 300 crores.
For fiscal year 21. And Sir, just one clarification. In the cash flow, there is a share application money paid of 249 odd crores. This is relating to what, sir? This is TVS Credit, is it? TVS Credit Services?
This is for... No. This is for that Norton acquisition. Capital infusion was made, allotment was subsequently done.
Okay, so that's already done in fiscal year 20 now.
Yeah.
Already accounted for.
Yeah. It's accounted for.
Okay. One last question, sir. Just if you can share any thoughts behind going for Norton. I mean, it may be a great brand and, asset maybe, but just our thought process, because it's a completely different segment.
It enlarges our portfolio. It's a great brand. It enlarges our portfolio. It's actually it is a very emotive. I think it's a British. It's a more than 100-year-old brand, and it stands for something unique, and it adds on to our overall portfolio, and it allows to build a long-term super premium product range for TVS. So.
Okay, sir. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Hitesh Jain from Birla Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening, sir. So basically, my question is on the mopeds, business. So last year, fiscal 20 as a whole, was very challenging for the mopeds, for TVS. Now, the question is, was it because of the overall market, was not doing great, or you think that some of the rural, customers, they shifted to the cheaper motorcycle? And so therefore, what is your outlook for the moped segment for the coming fiscal year?
I think last year, the main reason for moped is the sentiment in the rural market was very weak.
Okay.
Also the delayed monsoon. Even though the monsoon came, it was very much delayed. And if you recollect, year before that, there was much higher increase in the insurance premium. Okay, so definitely that has impacted. And also, if you remember, last year first half, there was a huge discounting in the entry-level motorcycles as well. So,
yeah.
When you have huge discounting there, sometimes, there is a challenge. Now that's all over, and this time rural is likely to do better, and our ETFI technology in the moped is going to definitely be a very, very superior product, the iTouch Star, and also we have launched a TVS Excel Comfort for commuting customers. So all put together, I think with retail finance, I think it will definitely help us to improve the moped sales.
Okay. And sir, for the moped segment also, like whatever extra cost that you are incurring under the new norms, and also because of the some features which you are providing, have you taken the price hike in the mopeds as well, say over last six months also?
Everywhere. The price hike has been almost uniform. Even in April, we have increased prices in moped also.
Okay, fantastic. And secondly, just one small clarification on this 32 crore of, COVID expenses which you have shown. Is it totally some sort of donation to the relief funds, or is it related to the expenditure that you would have done at your plants also? What is the nature of this 30 crores?
Both. It is also PM CARES fund plus all the social work, whatever we have done near our villages, all the actions, whatever we have taken, whatever I said at the beginning.
Okay.
And of course,
whatever we have done for the society, and the PM CARE both are included.
And you heard what Jessican said. I think 8 crores, in addition to this 32 crores, 8 crores also comes from TVS TA. Right, Jessica?
Correct, right.
All right. Fantastic, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Gaurav Khandelwal from Mirae Asset. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity, and I hope everyone in your team and family is doing well. Sir, just two questions from my side. I see in the opening remarks, you alluded that you have given 20 crores to dealers. Can you explain a bit? Is it one time? or is it recurring? And the second question is, what is the further capital infusion you see in Norton Motorcycle apart from one time that you have done already?
See, March 22nd is where we had the COVID shutdown, if you recollect.
Right.
We had very few number of BS4 vehicles which were unsold at that time. Very few, really very few. But because of the lockdown, if the lockdown was not there, we could have easily sold it in about 4-5 days time. This lockdown made us, to help our dealers to liquidate the last remaining stocks of BS4. This amount is one time, whatever we have supported, that 22 crores. The lockdown was not there, this 22 crores would not have been there. Okay? Because we started transitioning into BS6 sometime in December. And steadily we were cutting down our BS4 production and stocks to the market. Okay, if you look at January, February, March, out of the total dispatch, 85% was BS6. I hope I have clarified your query. Okay, this is also 22 crores.
Sir, just on that side, I think there is some confusion on my end. So one is 22 crore of BS4 write-off that you have taken, and then there is another 22 crore of one-time dealer transfer. That
No. Only one. There is only 122 crores. Okay, which is the additional incentive given to the dealers to liquidate the BS4 stocks in the last 10 days post lockdown. Okay. And 32 crores. One is 22 crores, another one is 32 crores towards the COVID-19 expense.
Understood. And so the 32 crore is over and above your CSR spends, or this is a part of CSR spend? That's generally 3% of type that is required.
This is over and above the normal CSR spend.
Okay. And then the last question on Norton. That's it. Thank you for my question.
Norton, we will get back to you. I think we are preparing the strategy. I think it is a great brand, and we are very proud of that brand. It is going to strengthen the portfolio of TVS. It is going to give us huge opportunity for future, especially in the super premium category.
Thank you. All the rest for future. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Gunjan Prithani from JP Morgan. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi. Thanks for taking my questions. Just two questions. A couple of times you alluded that rural is clearly showing some signs of improvement. Have you seen anything in terms of inquiries for mopeds or, the entry-level bikes that are seeing some, better uptick since the dealerships are now open? And secondly, there's also been a lot of discussion around, private ownership of vehicles gaining, traction over shared or public. Is that an early feedback that you're getting from the dealerships? If you can share some thoughts around that.
I think it is a feel. For example, TVS CS, we are able to see collections from rural because we always believe that there will be some challenges, but slowly and steadily we are able to see good collection. Second, I think if you look at the reproduce this year, it's a good output. Okay, and the third, I think we are all expecting a normal monsoon. So the sentiments are positive. Okay. And we have to constantly review this as we look forward. Okay. Same way in the premium category, Apache and Ntorq has done well, and we get a good market feedback. So at this point of time, it is a market feedback, positive sentiment. I may not be able to quantify a number. Same way, if you look at the social distancing, I think we feel that more and more two-wheelers will have an opportunity because self-ownership is likely to gain momentum at this point of time. We have taken very closely. I may not be able to, say a data or a quantified data at this point of time. We have to constantly monitor this, and we feel that this is likely to happen.
Okay. And second question on capex, which you shared, the 300 crores. In addition to this, what is going to be the subsidiary investment that you foresee, including of course the TVS credit and some of the other subs? What kind of outflow can be around those?
We are working on the numbers for the subsidiaries also. There will be a requirement to maintain the capital adequacy norms. We will come back to you on that.
Okay. One more question, if I can add on the margin front. If I look at this quarter, despite the low operating leverage, and I clearly understand that the impact of BS6 is largely reflected in terms of margins in this quarter. Is it fair to assume that given the cost initiatives that you're taking right now, the margin trajectory should improve in F21 versus F20?
We are putting our definitely cost reduction initiative in the last 2 years. If you look at it, that is the reason our EBITDA margin has been improving last year as well as this year. If you look at year as a whole and even in the last quarter, but for that provisioning of that last 10 days, our EBITDA for Q4 has been 7.6% and year as a whole 7.9 has come to 8.3. So with a better product mix and various material cost reduction initiatives, scale benefits and very systematic internal efficiency improvement program, fixed cost reduction, our EBITDA will grow consistently and we are definitely focusing on that.
Okay, got you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Vinay Singh from Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Thanks, team, for the opportunity. Just firstly, a follow-up. Like you earlier mentioned, the net worth of TVS Credit Services. I missed that number. Could you share that again?
Just give a minute. I think it was a question. 1,372 crores. 1,372 crores.
Okay. Thanks for that. And secondly, I know this question has been asked around in multiple formats, but when you look at three segments in the domestic market, motorcycles, scooters and three-wheelers, in your view, which is a segment which should do the best this year?
We feel definitely the premium will do well. That is Apache, NTORQ, that segment will do well. Okay, and we are also feeling confident about the rural. So urban market will open up. Definitely, that's why I said second half. I am very cautiously optimistic because things are improving. Once the dealerships and sub-dealerships start opening up with the support of retail finance and our very good product portfolio, I think premium will do well and rural opening up is speed. So second half, definitely, Q2 you will see consolidation. Second half, I keep optimism. We have to be cautious. I agree. They are
scooters and three-wheelers, within those segments, how do you see that playing out?
Three-wheelers, international market will do well. The scooters, urban, but rural also now the penetration of three-wheeler, scooters are going up. So we'll have to see because this is too early to assess at this point of time. These are all early feelings, but definitely the first 3 weeks are giving some kind of confidence and thanks to the government, a lot of initiatives have been taken. If the GST also reviewed, I think this will speed up.
And sir, lastly, just on the salary news flow which has been there in the media, what is the sort of savings that you are getting from that?
See, we have, this is given the kind of uncertain times and the unprecedented crisis, we rolled out a temporary salary reduction for a period of 6 months. And it was very heartening to see employees coming forward to offer voluntary salary cuts. I think this is for the first 6 months and we will review.
Any number you would like to put on that?
I don't want to put a number on that. This is I would say that given the kind of current situation, I think we felt it's the right thing to do.
Okay, thanks a lot.
There is no salary reduction at the workman level. It is moving from junior executive to 15%-20% of senior management level.
Right. Great, sir. Thanks for those responses.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Amin Piriani from CLSA. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hi. Thanks for the opportunity. So my first question is a clarification. The CapEx you mentioned is 300 crores for FY21. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And sir, the other income line has a 25 crore number, which is quite high for this quarter. Can you help us understand what that related to?
No, it's not a very high number, but of course it includes interest on income tax refund of around 1.5 crores. Other than that, it's all normal.
Okay. Because compared to the first 3 quarters, I think this was a much higher number. So I was just wondering as to if there's a one-off here or.
So it includes dividend from the subsidiary of around 3 crores.
Okay. And so just one question on Norton. I know you're going to get back, with more details. Just one clarification. So the Norton, as we understand, had a lot of outstanding liabilities in terms of pension and debt. So when you have you just acquired the brand and the assets, or have you acquired the business along with those outstanding commitments on liabilities and pensions? Just want a clarification on that.
No, we have very clearly said that we have only acquired the assets. We have not acquired the company. We have not taken over any of their liabilities, including pension. It's only the assets.
Oh, great. Thank you. I'll come back again.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Hitesh Bhargava from B&K Securities. Please go ahead.
I have few bookkeeping questions. Can you help us with the export revenue for FY20?
This is for the financial year you're asking?
Yes, sir. For the financial year FY20, what is the export revenue and the spare part revenue?
I think it is about 4,578.
And the spare part revenue?
Spare parts for total?
Yes, sir.
Spare parts is about 1,720.
Okay. And what is the USD realization for FY20, sir? What is the USD realization rate? And what is on how much of us for future has been hedged currently, because now the rupee is at 75. So what are the hedging policies we are working on?
Ladies and gentlemen, the line for the management is disconnected. Please stay connected while we reconnect them back. Ladies and gentlemen, the line for the management is reconnected. Thank you, and over to you.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, I was just checking with what is our USD realization for FY20 and what is our hedging policies for going forward.
Please proceed. I think you asked for the revenue for export, you asked, right?
Yes, sir. You have given 4,570 crores.
Correct. And you asked about exchange rate for last year, right?
Yes, sir.
I think it's around 71.
Okay. And for the next year, how much has been hedged already, sir?
I think there is a policy. I think we go by the policy and for the next exporter, so we go by the policy.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Sonal Gupta from UBS Securities. Please go ahead.
Hi. Good afternoon, sir. Thanks for taking my question. Sir, could you repeat what was the percentage of moratorium taken for these credit customers?
I think there was 37% have opted for moratorium.
37%. And could you...
37.
Yes, 37%. And sir, could you tell us in terms of the capex for FY20, what was the capex? And
I think this year, that is 19-20 was about 719 crores. And for this current financial year, 2021 will be about 300 crores.
And out of the 719, I mean, would you be able to quantify how much was related to product development spend?
It's a combination of product development, some investments related to certain new products, new technology. We had the electric investment, so all are included.
Right. And just lastly, I mean, like, what was your inventory level as of March 31st or whichever level, or currently, I mean, how do you see that?
Always in a steady state, we keep about 30 to 35 days of stocks with the network. Okay, and we continue. Maybe April and May are not the right comparison, but we always keep with our dealers, and that has been our strength, and that is going to continue.
But do you think there is need for any dealer support? I mean, are you giving any credit period to dealers?
We support them. We support them adequately, and dealers, as you know, they have rated us number 1 in JD Power last year. There was a dealer satisfaction on the OEMs, and we are rated number 1. So comprehensively, we support them with service, products, technology, and support them in the right stock. Proactively, we changed it over to BS4 in the month of December itself. So I think it is a combination of many things, not one thing which delights the customer.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Sundar Sridhar.
Yeah, basically, want to say
before, sorry. No. I think on the other income details, there was a specific question in Q4. What is the consequence of around 24 crores? By mistake, I talked about Q3 number. The 24.8 crores includes 20 crores of income tax related refund. I'm sorry about it. I just read the previous number. The actual number, the other income, the last quarter of 21 crores includes close to 20 crores of IT related refund income, interest income.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Shyam Sundar Sriram from Sundaram Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. Thanks much for the opportunity, sir. So over the last 2 years, as we see from the motorcycle industry, the entry and the commuter segments of the motorcycles have done better than the premium segment. Going into FY21, you seem to indicate that the premium motorcycles, Apache, might do better. What are, related to entry segment? So what are some undercurrents that you are seeing at least initially that gives you this kind of impression the segment might do better than the entry commuter segment in the motorcycle?
If you look at last 2 years, I think the commuter motorcycle, definitely the discounting was very high. Okay, so I'm assuming that going forward, the tactical things will come down. Okay, and for us, TVS Motor Company, our brands Apache and Ntorq have always done well. Okay, so there are 2 points. I think with the retail finance support, with the social distancing I think there is a good opportunity for the premium industry to do better. Plus, with the kind of portfolio what we have with Apache and Ntorq, we will do better than the industry is the point I highlighted. And this year, rural is likely the sentiments are becoming positive. Okay, if the middle motorcycles, the tactical, the discounting is not going to be there, I think overall you will see a different type of an industry this year.
Sir, when you mean different type of industry, I mean relatively to between the different segments, are you saying the premium segment will do better than the commuter segment given the lack of discounts post BS6? Is that what you're trying to imply, sir?
I think this is at this point of time. Please understand the buying power at the lower level. It needs a lot of support. Okay, as the lockdown opens up better and better, it may take little longer time. Premium, the opportunities may be little better. Okay, but post H2, that's why I said I am cautiously optimistic for the industry in the H2.
Understood, sir. So generally the premium segment customers more affluent and therefore his ability to purchase will be better. Okay, understood. Sir, and generally from the gross margin perspective, we did see a sharp increase post the BS6 launches. Going for, a deterioration in gross margin and increase in the RM cost to sales with the BS6 launches. Going forward, with commodity price softening, are you seeing any benefits that will flow through in the next 2 quarters, maybe Q1 or Q2 probably of FY21? Are you seeing any significant commodity benefits that might come through for us?
First of all, if you look at last 2 years' performance in the EBITDA, I think our focus on material cost reduction and fixed cost reduction has definitely helped us. We have done better than if you look at whether it is 2018-19 and 19-20, I think we have done much better with everyone in the industry on EBITDA margins. With the focus on the continued and sustainable focus on the material cost reduction initiatives, and our product mix and the range, and the kind of the BS6 products, whatever we have given with the customer benefit, I think we are confident that our EBITDA will consistently grow to much better levels. Okay, that's what I said.
Right, sir. Understood. Sir, one last question, if I may speak. In terms of price increases in the two-wheeler category, you have also taken many of your peers, both Hero and Bajaj, have announced price increases. What gives us the confidence of taking price increases in a time when we know that underlying demand itself seems to be weak? Are you seeing very strong demand coming through for two-wheelers? Does that what give you the confidence to take up these price increases?
I think we have come to BS6, which is best in class. If you look at in terms of the kind of products what India is making, I think all of us can be really proud that our products are really, really superior. Number one. Number two, we have to look at not short term, we have to look at the penetration level in the two-wheeler category, which is still low. Okay, and there is mobility requirements in India. This COVID gives a new opportunity because of the social distancing. I think people want private ownership. Okay, so all these are positive, and if the rural sentiments are positive, monsoon is positive, and if there are a lot of initiatives taken by the government in terms of support to the industry, and if GST also comes forward, I think slowly and steadily you will see things coming back. That is the point I'm having.
Understood, sir. Understood. And just from a retail financing touch in the previous question, we hear from some of these large financiers that could be some pullback in terms of retail financing for the customers. From the initial feedback, are you seeing any challenges in terms of availability of retail financing across, for at least for your set of customers? Any comments on that, sir?
We are not seeing any such challenges. And the agent said we are not seeing any issues related to liquidity. They have also tied up for all the meeting all the obligations and for business growth. And retail finance is a very good enabler. And TVS has done an excellent job. So I think I am pretty confident that strategy is going to help TVS Motor Company going forward.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Question. I appreciate if we can have the last question, please.
Sure. We take the last question from the line of Venugopal Garre from Bernstein. Please go ahead.
Hi, thanks a lot for the opportunity. Just on the financing side, I also wanted to check, have financing rates changed in the sense that in the last couple of weeks, have you seen a reduction in rates compared to what it was earlier?
Can you repeat the question? Rates?
Yeah, repeat the question.
On the financing side, have you seen any reduction in interest rates that are being offered on the loans in the last couple of weeks compared to what was the loan rate being offered, let's say, in the previous year?
Which is to the customer you are asking?
Right. Yeah, to the customer. Yes. Your question is to the customer. We need to check on this, but the normal policy is whenever there is a reduction that is offered by the banks or they are passed on to the customers. But exact reduction when compared to the previous month and what's that the last 2 months, 2 weeks, we need to check on that.
Okay, my second question is, can you give us, a broad mix of rural for you for the year FY20, rural versus urban mix for the company as a whole?
You are not very clearly audible, please.
I think we look at both urban and rural because I think we have been doing well in all the markets with our product range. I'm talking about last year and this year also. We are anticipating that the kind of product range what we have products for customers in rural as well as for urban markets. So strong product portfolio is what.
Okay. So there's no particular mix number that you normally share as to what percentage of your volumes actually come from rural.
We don't normally share such a number. Okay.
Hello.
Any other question? Otherwise, I would like to conclude. Thank you everyone. Like I said, let us stay safe. I think I'm hoping that the lockdown will slowly and steadily come down and slowly the market will pick up in Q2 and September quarter will be a quarter where we will consolidate TVS Motor and we expect the second half, like I said, cautiously optimistic with good normal monsoon and rural coming up. Our products, Apache and Ntorq with the premium category, we will do well and we will with the portfolio what we have and the retail finance, we want to grow better than the industry both in domestic and international. Our continuous focus and sustained focus in cost reduction will definitely help us to do better and better in our EBITDA going forward. Thank you. Stay safe. Thank you for